Hey guys, today's topic is train your brain, meditate, the yoga for the mind. And I really started doing meditation, I guess, earlier this year. And I've noticed so many differences in my life and the way I can handle life. So, handling conflict, handling just daily life, things that aggravate me don't really aggravate me anymore. Or if there's a situation where would normally cause me some angst or fear, like I just don't even feel it anymore. So what has happened is that through meditation, I didn't even realize it was necessarily going to do this so drastically. It has calmed my mind to a point when there is some sort of external stimulus that is normally would elicit a strong reaction, has enabled me to sort of remain calm through that situation. And I actually was talking to a couple people who also have used meditation to help various parts of their lives, and even some advice from doctors. It's out there, all the research is out there if you want to look into meditation. But basically someone had depression and the doctor said meditate, because basically you retrain your brain to focus on non-negative things, so positive things or different ways of thinking through meditation, and it can help solve these problems such as depression, anxiety, stress, things like that. Another friend of mine had some stress problems. He didn't actually know what the root was. He thought there might actually be something wrong. So he went and got a brain scan. And the neurologist told him, there's nothing wrong with your brain. I think you should start to meditate. I think you're stressed out. And, even the neurologist had recommended meditation as a way of solving the problem. But really it can be very easily to just do it functionally on a daily basis to address, situations that come up and keep you relaxed through them. And you can start with YouTube. I use YouTube. I just go into YouTube, and if you have, it doesn't matter, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, just start doing it. And even if you don't think it's doing anything, just keep doing it. And there are different types of meditations out there. Maybe if you're a beginner, maybe start with some, guided meditations where someone sort of walks you through, the relaxation process. But you could also just do, like nature sounds, drumming, whatever, waterfalls. It just, whatever you're drawn to, just do a quick meditation, waterfalls, meditation, chanting, meditation, guided for stress, meditation for sleep, because there's all kinds of stuff that can help you, sleep. And if you have insomnia, it's a really good tool you can use as well. So the key is just start doing it. Just start doing, even if it's a minute a week, it doesn't matter. Like, once you start, you're starting the process. And, for me, sometimes I can do it once a week. Sometimes I, can do it, every other day for a while. But, the more you do it, it will carry over into other parts of your life. And I'll give you an example of this that happened to me, which I really noticed how meditation was working. So with my horse, I was riding him and he landed from a jump and started bucking. Now, normally I would be scared, worried, fearful, all these things running through my mind as this horse was reacting this way, because I was eliciting this other reaction from me. The whole thing was going on. He's bucking and I'm calm. I'm just thinking about what I need to do to address this, this behavior with him. I wasn't angry. I wasn't, upset. I just was able to remain calm and sort of react to it. And it was kind of odd. It was actually really odd when that happened. I was like, wow, I don't know why I wasn't scared. I don't know why I wasn't having these feelings that I normally have, when a horse misbehaves. And then I realized it was the meditation. And then another time, several months later, I actually fell off my horse. And normally when you fall off a horse, your heart races, you have this sort of like crazy anxiety, fear of survival, all these other things. I fell off my horse. My horse started galloping off. And I just was like, okay, I fell off my horse. What do I need to do next? And I was never that way before. I was not, I would have all those feelings that I used to have of, fear or whatever, heart racing, that sort of thing. And I just didn't have it. And it wasn't that I was actively trying not to have it in the moment. It was that, I think all of my other meditation and calming practices had enabled me to just remain in that calm state. And initially when I started doing meditation, I think I had the wrong idea of what it was for. I started doing it, I thought, because I was doing it to sort of connect to my higher self and to get, you know, wisdom, because you can get it through meditation, you know, depending on what you're doing and how you connect. But the first couple times I meditated, I had some amazing experiences. I you know, saw a spirit of people that have passed. I, you know, got wisdom from, you know, I guess, you know, God, the angels, like directly, you know, sent to me in my brain as I'm meditating. And I thought, oh my gosh, every time I meditate, it's going to be this crazy, phenomenal, like epiphany moment. And then, you know, I started meditating and it wasn't happening. I was expecting these things to happen and it wasn't happening. And I was like, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong, or, you know. And I was talking to a friend of mine who does meditation a lot, and he's like, listen, like the meditation that's just training your brain. You're not expecting like whatever major thing to happen during that time. You are just putting your brain and training it to be in a receptive state, so that way when something does happen, or something you know, is ready to come through to you from, you know, a higher source, your mind is receptive to it. So you've trained it to be receptive and relaxed, you know, during the meditation, so that will carry over, you know, through the rest of the day, the week, the month, whatever it is. So, I mean, if you think of it kind of like yoga, you do yoga in the morning or whenever, and then the rest of the day, your body will feel limber. It will feel relaxed. You know, it's, you know, if you do any sort of exercise, but, you know, yoga is kind of a good example of, you know, how it sort of can be related, because yoga is sort of like a calming, you know, relaxing, stretching type of practice. So basically, you know, you're you know, training your body to be relaxed, flexible, and, you know, once you do the yoga in the morning, then throughout the day, you'll sort of feel more limber and relaxed. Meditation is the same way for your mind. So, you know, if you're doing it, it will carry over through the other parts of your day, because you now have trained your mind and limbered it up and relaxed it, so that way, you know, it can remain in that state as you move forward, as you have your interactions. And it does make a lot of things easier. It makes, you know, if you get into a conflict, it makes it a lot easier for me just to stay calm and to not be reactive. And if you think about it, you know, being reactive in most situations is not a good thing. You want to actually, that's why a lot of times people say, why don't you sleep one night? Why don't you, you know, take a few minutes, take a breather, because you need to let your brain or your body calm down before you choose a decision or action that you're going to take. So meditation sort of preempts that. So you already stay in that relaxed state, and your mind is ready to make a decision sort of immediately. In a lot of situations, you know, like when I fell off my horse or whatever, I don't have time to just like take 5 minutes and take a breather, you know. It's good that my brain is already in that state, so that way I can, you know, react in an appropriate way, in a calm way, in a measured way to that situation, and not let my emotions get all riled up. So, you know, I think it can help with your family, can help with interactions during the day, can help just remaining calm and being less stressed. I've been sleeping amazing. I always had sort of issues where I had trouble falling asleep, or I'd wake up in the middle of the night, or I'd be very sort of like woken up by small things throughout the day, throughout the night. And now I've just been sleeping like a rock. And I don't know, I think maybe it might be related to the meditation, because I've recently started doing it even more. And I think that somehow that's you know, keeping my brain in a calmer state, so that my mind isn't racing. Because I used to have this thing where I'd be trying to fall asleep and my mind is just racing and thinking about all these things, and I couldn't sleep because it wouldn't calm down. You know, my mind would just constantly be going to these different thoughts. So if you have that sort of problem, this can also help with that as well, and just help you get a calm, relaxed, restful night. The biggest challenge is probably with my daughter, maintaining the calmness. So sometimes, you know, I'm not going to say this is always going to be fixed every scenario. You're still going to have to work on things. And, you know, I still, you know, have moments where I will be more reactive. You know, when my daughter says my name 1,000 times in 3 minutes, you know, I still have a little bit of an issue with maintaining calm and not getting annoyed or reactive to that. But, you know, there are always things we can work on. And I definitely am in a better place now that I've started a meditation practice. So just try it, you know, try it for a week, see how you feel about it. And like I said, you don't even have to do it for a long period of time. Do it for a couple minutes. And YouTube makes it super easy. Put your headphones in too when you do it. So you put, you know, pick a YouTube, just put meditation and whatever you want, or just put meditation and see what pops up. And, you know, put your headphones in, you know, sit or lay down or whatever you want to do. Or you don't have to get into like leg folded pose. You can just sit on a chair or the couch. You know, there aren't any rules. Just go ahead and relax and just start and do whatever makes you comfortable, you know, while you're listening to it. All right, train your brain up, guys.